in 1944, and he was only 19 when he was a Flying Tiger. He was the youngest pilot of the Flying Tigers in China. His time over here was very impressionable on him. He came home with a tremendous love for the Chinese people. The rest of his life, so honored and proud that he was able to come to China as a fighter pilot and help the Chinese people. He flew 104 missions. He was shot down twice. He survived both of those. The love that he had for the people and the way he treated them and how they treated him, he held on to that. It was one of the most influential things in his whole life, was the year that he spent here in China. So here's a picture of my father standing at the wall at Nanjing. Yeah, and pointing at a bullet hole that he probably put in the stone. This is 70 years after he was there first time. This is a picture that was commissioned by the American Air Force to depict that rocket mission. This is his plane, and you can see in the distance the village of Nanjing. Yes, yes. And this is my father with his plane. This is actually after he turned 21. It was a couple days before he came home. And he always had my mother's name painted on the fuselage. Shirley. Shirley. Yeah. The plane was called Shirley. When we went to make a memorial for a monument for my father, for his gravesite, I wanted to put something on it that would, when you go to the cemetery and you look at the gravestones, you see dates, you see names, but you don't get a sense of who the people were. They're just there. And I wanted to do something with his monument that, affected people when they looked at it. Yeah. So on the monument, I put the picture of the Nanjing and my mother's favorite color, flower, and their engagement picture. So when you go see their monument, you know something about them. Yes. And when we looked for a company to build this, to do this, it was called National Monument, and we didn't know anything about them. We called them, we were talking to the guy, we explained to him what we wanted to do, and he said, "Your dad was a Flying Tiger?" And I said, "Yeah." He says, "Oh, we're going to take care of you." It turns out the stone, they sourced their stone from China. So the only way to keep this alive is for the children to get together and talk about it. And each generation passes along what they learn, but they don't pass along all of it. It gets condensed and it gets condensed and it gets condensed. And if we don't have the student program, it'll get condensed and we'll lose all of this. All this knowledge, something that brought the Chinese and the American people together. Those are the kind of history things that we need to recreate, is bringing people together. The most important thing that he instilled in me was honor and morality and ethics and right and wrong. And I think that those characteristics help people to love one another and cooperate with each other.